Hello, everybody, and welcome back to He Makes Me Play. I am Marius, and I make other people play video games because I am blind. I cannot see the games, but they can. Hello, Vincent. I'm here with Vincent.
Hi, Marius.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, me too. Let's play this game, which has no bugs. That's the
Not
thing.
anymore.
I hear on Reddit that this game has a lot of bugs after the update, but we aren't experiencing any of them. So, yeah, let's play some more bug-free Disco Elysium.
Yeah, where were we last time?
Last time, yeah, what did we do? We finished the autopsy, Vincent. That's
Right.
basically it.
Yeah.
I don't have any more to say. Okay, here's the interesting thing. Kim is gone now too, right?
Right, yeah, we found a bullet that
Oh, yes,
appears
that's right.
to be the actual reason for the
Yes.
death.
It was so close too. After initially identifying the cause of death as hanging or something, we found the real reason by fisting this man's brain. Basically.
You said that so wonderfully.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's what, I think Harry said that. Anyway, I'm interested in how this goes with Kim gone, Vincent. What do we do now?
Well, I think we're done with the bullet, right?
Okay, let's first things first. Yeah, I think we're done with the bullet. What
Okay.
time is it?
It is 9 o'clock in the evening.
It's already pretty late.
21:19. Yes.
So, Vincent, I'm thinking, is it a good idea to start the Everett quest line today, which would be knocking down doors and stuff?
Well, when would the day end? I guess it already kind of ended, right?
When does the game tell you to go to sleep? Does it ever? And
I
oh my
think-
god, can we actually pay guard?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
we have 22 real, so we should be fine on that.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, we are supposed to go towards bed at 10, so in
Yeah.
40 minutes, and we have to be in bed by 2, I guess, though we never
Okay.
tried that.
I don't necessarily want to reach that limit. I think it's fine to go to bed at 10, but we can do random crap in the meantime. There is a lot to do, actually. And the other reasoning is that I don't know if I want to do that stuff without Kim, because I'm scared. And
Yeah.
it sounded dangerous.
He has a gun, we don't.
He has a gun, and he also, let's say he's properly socialized and has a
Right.
functioning brain, mostly.
That too.
No reason to doubt it. So, yeah, I need him there as Harry's minder, you know.
So where do we go? What do we do?
So I have a question, Vincent.
Yes.
Did we ever slot in that art cop thought?
Let me look. Well, we are researching it, the actual art degree.
Right, it's still going on.
Yes, for another hour and 26
Right,
minutes.
so maybe in our dreams we can finish the thought about art, which is fitting.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's stuff with Joyce that we might be able to try.
Yeah, we could look into our journal and see what we have to do.
Sure. I mean, we can
Um,
always go to the list of white checks and try some random stuff.
Right.
Do we
There's
still?
also,
Yeah.
I think we have some conceptualization stuff, right?
That's what I meant with Joyce. Like, there was a lot of concept checks with her, I think.
Oh, I think they changed the map too.
Oh, wow.
Or maybe they didn't, and I just...
You mean with the update?
Yeah. I think it's the same map, basically, it just looks differently. And it's much more detailed now with the 3 different areas we can, I guess, eventually explore.
Yeah.
So the Martinez waterfront, where we are at the moment.
I
and
still
then-
can't wrap my head around the fact that there might be more areas in this game.
I mean, we're still on the second day.
We basically took 9,000 hours just for the hostel to get out of it.
Yeah, sort of.
Which is fine. It's our way of playing.
Yeah.
But
so
yeah.
Let me go towards Joyce.
Yeah, let's just try her, because she has these cool Ask About Reality checks that I would like to succeed on.
Mm-hmm. And there's also the backyard wall that
Alright.
needs a conceptualization check, which we can do. We run right past it.
Let's do it.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Oh, man. But the way he says it, it doesn't sound like an ordinary wall is the
Not
thing.
at all.
Yeah.
And we do indeed have a check here, a white check, conceptualization, impossible 18.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's crack this.
Why am I looking at this wall?
Yeah.
And we get a +2 in the dimming light. Some
Oh.
things become clearer.
Oh, that's cool.
Then +1, you have a keen aesthetic sensibility.
That's from Art Cop, maybe?
And another +2, Cindy's artistic impulses are infectious.
Wow, so many pluses.
Yeah, I didn't expect any of them.
No.
But we are at a 42% chance.
Well, we might actually make this, Vincent.
We might.
Let's do this.
Here we go.
Because you see it, finally. This wall is sublime. Look at it. The shadows, the colors.
I love this voice actor.
Yeah, that was really good. The way he said, look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have only one option here. Let the conceptual joy flow into your pupils and blossom into thoughts in your brain.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
All the other walls on all the other houses must make a pilgrimage in adoration of this, the uncontested pinnacle of wallcraft, color peeled from the very face of God.
And we can only say, more.
O Wall Father.
We just healed morale.
Oh, nice. So that's the point of this.
And now we actually have an option here. We can either say, yes, I must paint this wall, add to it, and we get a task from that. Or we can say, no, there's nothing to add to perfection.
Well, I like the fact that it's perfect and stuff, but I also am curious about that task.
Yeah,
So, sorry, Wall, you are not perfect, apparently.
we can make it even more perfect.
Yeah.
So get task.
Absolutely. Now you just need the materials.
And we can say, I'm sure I'll find them. And then I'll return to this wall.
Yeah, awesome. This is so fitting for our whole art cop storyline that we're developing. Our copo type. Can we like have a chat with Cindy? Because she got colors.
Eventually. But let me continue first.
Oh, I thought it's done. Sure.
Yes, do that. The wall will be waiting.
And we gained a new task. And that's it. Okay.
Right. Quick chat with Cindy. I always liked that character.
Yeah.
I like to interact with her more.
Let me think. How did we actually get up there? Right, through the...
She's either on the balcony where I felt like you can just talk to her, or you go through the house, right?
It's too late. We already went into the house.
Okay. Wow, this is a lot of... I mean, if you think about it, it's kind of weird that like it's like almost 10 at night and this hairy dude is like stalking this girl who lives in the boiler room.
No, I don't see a problem. Wait, this
It's
is...
probably not the worst we've done.
That's up. Yes.
Sad music. I forgot this place. I like being here with you, Vincent. I liked it a lot when we were here and looked at rooms.
Yeah, broke into them. And now we're outside. And, oh, we're on the other side of the building. And we're where the, what was his name? Martinez
Yeah.
is. And actually we have two thoughts at the moment.
Oh, new stuff?
Yeah.
Wow.
A red and a yellow one. And the yellow one is blinking, which I don't think we have ever seen before.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Let's click it and
Yeah.
find out. You hear distant traffic. Night is falling on the city. Okay.
That doesn't tell me why it was blinking.
Now the red one is blinking, so maybe it's just...
Is this a new Final Cut feature?
I guess. I mean, the way I understand it, because the red one moved now to the place where the yellow one was before blinking. So maybe it's just click this one first.
The prominent one.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So, red one. A maroon glow of light pollution arises from the east. Okay. Good talk.
I love the stuff in this game. It's fine. It's just some atmosphere.
Yeah. I mean, I like the atmosphere. I just always expect something more.
Yeah,
and I'm
I
always
know
a
what
little
you mean,
disappointed
yeah.
there. Okay, but I went back into the building, and I hope to now find
So sad.
the right chairs. Stairs?
Stairs?
Yes,
You don't want to sit down?
look, I
Not
just
chairs
don't,
we're
I
looking
don't
for.
remember the way we have to go to Cindy, no? That's the other one. That's into the backyard. That's correct.
Well, you do have to go up. It's stairs is correct. And then there's like a mid-level, mid-tier balcony or something, and there's a boiler room. And that's where she's either on the balcony or in the boiler room, I would say.
Right, maybe I should not have come to this end of the...
Isn't it wonderful?
That looks promising. I went too far to the one direction, and...
I've heard the sort of world of this game described as post-socialism. Would you agree?
Post-socialism.
Yeah. Like it has a post-socialist aesthetic. I haven't heard that before,
Yeah.
post-socialism, but it fits this game perfectly, I thought.
Yeah, I agree. I still feel like there's so much we haven't actually learned, or I have forgotten already about it, and the way it is set up. But let's talk to Cindy.
Yeah, let's talk to Cindy. Did you find her?
Yes.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
She means mural.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a weird pronunciation, but hey, she adds flourish
Well,
to everything.
Anything if we just can get some paint. And indeed, there's a new option.
Ha!
Cindy, I need some paint.
Yeah.
And your brush, too.
What for?
And we can say, number 1, I'm doing renovation. It's boring, but necessary. Number 2, for my motor carriage, we're going undercover. Number 3, the apocalypse is coming. I need to warn people.
That's an apocalypse cop option.
And number 4, for art.
Yeah, that one.
It's for art, okay?
Yeah, obviously.
Well, if it's for art, but what kind of art are we talking about?
And the first option is, to be honest, I haven't really thought of anything yet, but I'm sure I will. The second option, everything is sad and shit, and we need art to make it okay. Just give me the brush. And the last one, the third option, grand art. Art deluxe. The artsiest. The most groundbreaking. The ...
Well, number 2 is disingenuous. That doesn't sound honest at all. And number 3 is narcissistic and grandiose. I vote for number 1, which is the honest and also the most romantic option, as we rely on our inspired genius to spontaneously produce art.
And also the one where we don't really pick an option.
Yeah, but I actually think it's the one that is most likely to get her to give us the brush and the paint.
Yeah, okay. I'm into it. Let's go.
Then you have time to find your own fucking brush.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, and we can say, cool. No brush then. Not a problem. Or number 2, you'll see. You will all see and tremble. And the third one, to crush a man's dream like that. I hope you're happy.
I kind of want to say that one,
Yeah, me
although it
too.
is a bit sort of sad.
Yeah, melodramatic. A little bit.
But I do want to say it because I just want to see how she reacts.
To the last one?
Yeah.
Okay.
There, Piggy. I guess art just isn't really you. Because you suck in life and in everything.
That's harsh, man.
Oh.
Maybe I have to change my mind on Cindy.
Well, I guess she doesn't like us that much.
Holy shit. Well, I know she hates the cop stuff, but we've shown her some kindness.
She's undecided on us, I guess.
She's also troubled. She's a troubled teenager. We have to take that into account.
Right.
And it was presumptuous of us to assume she would share her paint, which she probably can't even afford. So yeah, let's find another way.
We have one more way here.
Oh, okay.
We have a red check. Conceptualization.
Oh, I love that.
Impossible. 18. Attempt to explain your artistic intentions.
If we fail this, we have to start the game over so we can do it again, Vince.
I am fine with that.
No, I'm not.
We
But
have- actually, we even get a +1. You're aware of Cindy's living conditions.
wow, it's again, the game understands what we just said.
Yeah. Still only at a 3% chance.
Question: are there conversation options we might do before that to get a plus?
No, we've done everything already.
All right, then let's do it.
All right.
No, that's fine.
Conceptualization. Impossible. Failure. They do say the painter always paints his own portrait. And we can either say, I'm going to paint a self-portrait, but sort of, from the inside, to show people what it's like. Or we can say to ourselves, I guess, man, that's lame.
I want to say the number 1.
All right.
That's pretty fucked up. Even for you, Hugo.
We can say, stop belittling me, Cindy. Or we can say number 2, what if I add some interpretive dance?
Yes, say that one.
And the third one,
Oh,
okay, I won't do that. Please just give me some paint and a brush. I need to do some art.
No, okay, say that. Last chance to maybe do get some paint.
Okay.
You're a real sad sack. You know that? Go ahead then. Art it up. Just try not to hurt yourself. And no self-portraits.
Okay. And we can say, thanks, Cindy. And we pick up the brush.
Nice, so we do get it. Makes me wonder what the check is for, but okay.
Yeah.
I appreciate having the paint.
Oh, but I'm all out of fuel oil.
That's probably what the check is for.
What did she just say?
She doesn't have any colors left.
Oh,
She's all out of fuel oil.
that's
And
not... She was painting with fuel oil, right?
Yeah.
That was the whole thing.
Mhm.
Oh,
And we can
so she has no paint at all?
No.
Okay.
we can continue and see where this takes us.
You know what you should be able to find in your government-issued vehicle? Red-dyed heavy fuel oil.
This is a great idea.
But we don't have the vehicle right now.
Not at the moment, but
Yeah.
we'll get it back.
Did she give us a brush?
Yes.
Okay,
We
at
picked
least
up the
something.
brush.
That's cool. And some good advice. Don't do a self-portrait. All right, Cindy.
And we have two options, talking with conceptualization here.
Hmm.
The first one being, can't I just use paint? Or the other one, right on. No way I'm settling for paint if even children are painting with fuel oil.
Can't I just use paint?
All right.
Are you kidding me? Fuel oil is so much cooler. No way you're disfiguring that beautiful wall with something as pedestrian as ordinary paint.
All right. Yeah, that's an opinion.
Okay.
All right,
That's it.
then. Done with Cindy, I guess.
Yeah.
Go back to Joyce.
I mean, take a look at the item we got. We got Cindy's brush. It's
Nice.
worth 11 cents.
Okay.
That's not a lot.
I would really like it though if we could paint it and it's like, Kim comes back tomorrow and like already we have like defaced this town with like random acts of
Well,
not violence, but
what would we paint?
well, this
If you
you
had
know,
to choose right now, Marius, what would you paint as our character? As
I think Harry is a Jackson Pollock kind of guy.
Okay.
Just like abstract shapes, but like done in an action painting kind of way where he like
Mhm.
maybe runs at the wall screaming and like splatters it.
Mm-hmm.
With
Okay,
paint.
yeah.
Right, that would work. And then what comes out is just how our insides look.
Mm-hmm. I
Our
also like the
emotions.
idea of like filling ammunition with paint and shooting at the wall and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, like a paint gun.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think Kim would like that actually,
probably.
if it involves cool gadgets. Are we at Joyce yet?
Well, there's one green button on the way. The belly of this boat shines like it was recently painted.
All about the paint. Oh,
I mean-
this is a hint.
Huh. Okay. First of all,
This is
Like-
Joyce boat?
no, that's
Someone's. That's
yeah,
just
a
standing
smaller boat
Okay.
on the pier actually.
But there was an owner, wasn't there?
no, not
We've
for
not
this one.
found the owner. Okay, never mind. Because that obviously we could ask about paint there.
Right. But I think that's also because we are getting into the art area, right? Because
Mm.
we've come here before and we hadn't noticed anything about paint.
You think so? I think you might be right.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Well, we're at Joyce's now.
Okay. Let's learn about reality.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
We have a new option. We can say, by the way, I've talked to Everett Clare.
Oh wow! But do we want to say that though?
I mean,
Tell her everything?
do we tell her everything or just that we talk to him? I think talking to him is fine.
Yeah. Okay. See
So-
where this goes.
Yeah.
You have. And how did you like Mr. Clare?
Oh, he's a weirdly threatening guy.
Uh-huh. We can continue.
Finally, time to choose sides.
Wait, no. Oh, okay.
This is not what we do, dear Skill. And also, here again is the game Winston and I like to play, where I guess the skill that just chimed in, and I
Mhm.
think this was volition.
It's physical instrument.
Oh, that one has been appearing a lot. I don't know
Yeah.
why, but okay.
Yeah. I mean, physical instrument hasn't really been a decider on anything apart from
No, why does it want
Huh.
sides so much? So it can beat people up with crowbars?
Yes.
But
That's
why not? Why
interesting.
would that not be half-light, which is the most violent skill? Obviously, this makes no sense. Let's keep talking.
Okay. We actually have 8 options here.
Oh my god! This is, of course, the Joyce conversation was not going to be a quick one.
No, not at all. We're gonna be here all night.
All right, let's see. Take it from the
So,
top.
Joyce said, "You have." And how did you like Mr. Clare? And we can say, number 1, I didn't. Number 2, he's a beautiful man, beautiful and just. Number 3, Everett Clare is a hero of the workers' movement. He is the champion I've sworn fealty to. Number 4, he's a bloated rainbow socialist. Number 5, I can do business with him. For a socialist, he's reasonable. Number 6, he is not the champion I've chosen. I wish to swear fealty to you and the cause of capital. Number 7, we're getting close to the end here, I have the feeling the international community does not approve of him. And number 8, the last one, it's not important if I liked him. I was doing my job.
I want to pick that one.
Yeah, so many great options, and we take the, I don't know.
Well, many of these are so extreme, and of course, I'm thinking like, oh, champion, swear, who gives a fuck? Like, a man got killed, we have to find the murderer. Who gives a fuck about this, like, my side, your side bullshit? Like, I just don't. I'm sorry.
All right.
So yeah, do you have an opinion, Winston?
I mean, I like the whole swear fealty thing, but
I mean,
more
for
because,
another playthrough. Maybe.
yeah, absolutely. Where we find the sword and the stone and all that. But yeah, for this one, all right,
There was okay, since it does seem like a decision we're making here,
Mhm.
Regardless of what we pick. So I want to give it some importance. So I could consider the I can do business with him. He's reasonable for a socialist or whatever,
Mhm.
right? That is close to my actual impression of him.
Yeah.
But like it isn't my actual impression. My actual impression is he's kind of a scheming lunatic who's weird and like threatens me, and I don't like him because of that.
Yeah, but
that's not an option.
for another time, maybe.
Yeah. So you also do not prefer the we can do business with him option to the I'm doing my job option.
No, I like the I was doing my job option.
Yeah. Let's pick that one.
Of course, Detective. Excuse me for implying otherwise.
I like Joyce. She's so reasonable compared to Everett.
She does seem reasonable, yeah, but the game has her framed as some kind of shark-like hyper-capitalist.
Yes.
Yeah.
She seems reasonable.
Well, she's like friendlier than him, right?
Yeah.
He's creepy.
Yeah.
She hasn't really done anything mean to us.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, and we continue.
I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt verm myself. However, if you felt like passing some information,
And we continue again.
how could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not curious to hear another person's take? It's only natural. We would only be gossiping.
Is this like pluralis majestis? Like it's a royal we.
No, I think she means us.
Well,
and
yeah,
her.
I know. But you
Well,
can read it that way.
okay. Sure. And we can continue again.
Intellectually speaking, it would be quite interesting to hear what she has to say about these things.
Conceptualization.
Yes.
Huh. Yeah.
And we can continue again.
Tell her she'll like you for it.
Electrochemistry.
Yes.
Right.
These are getting easy.
He just talked so suggestively. That's a giveaway.
And we can continue once more.
Yes, your disgusting necktie agrees completely. Let's gossip.
Who the fuck is that?
Take a wild guess.
That's the actual fucking necktie?
Yeah.
No way! They got an actual voice actor for that? And such an obnoxious one, too. But
It's fantastic.
this has grave consequences. If I
my
had
God.
heard that at the beginning of the game, no way I would have risked a heart attack to get that fucking tie
I
off.
absolutely would have. Oh,
my
this is
God.
fantastic. I love it.
So the necktie has an opinion, huh?
Yeah.
Alright.
It came so out of nowhere.
I was really wondering, who could this be? Is this Kuno? No.
Uh-huh. Okay, well, we can say Mr. Everett is helping me find my gun. Or we can conclude by saying I'd rather talk about something else for now, if you don't mind.
I kind of want to tell her about the gun.
Yeah, me too. Also, didn't Everett say it's fine if you talk to her?
He did, yeah.
So,
Yeah. But also, that was everything he says has a double meaning.
yeah, sure. So we say Mr. Everett is helping me find my gun.
Yeah.
Oh. That's so helpful of him. So very, very helpful. And how is that going? Do you have any leads on that gun?
Yeah, he has it. He's holding it hostage.
Uh-huh. And we can say no. Or we can say number 2. Mr. Everett says it's almost ready to be found soon.
His whole interaction is making Harry sound like a complete 5-year-old, He's standing there below her boat. It's like, Mr. Everett is helping me find my gun.
Yeah.
And she's like, how's that going? And we're like, do you have any leads? And it's like, no.
Yeah.
No,
we
we
can
don't.
also, the third option is Mr. Everett is helping me find my gun.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
I want to say that one.
me too.
Yeah.
Yes. As you said.
She looks confused for a moment.
Yes, little Harry.
And we have only one option. Mr. Everett is helping me find my gun.
I mean, depending on how he pronounces that, it could be like really subtle communication, You know what I mean? It's like,
Oh yeah, he's,
Mr. Everett is helping me find my gun.
he started like winking at her when he said it, and she just
Yeah.
increases the winking.
Exactly. It's like a wink fest. Yeah.
So we say it again.
Your gun. Yes. Do you want to talk about something else now?
And
She's justifiably pissed.
interestingly enough, we have one option. Mr. Everett is helping me find my gun. Ooh,
Are we, epileptic now?
there's Joyce Messier says ... and we can continue.
He seems to be in some sort of loop.
And we can say it again. Mr. Everett is helping me find my gun.
Well, that's not good. Looks fine over here. You sure it's not some sort of glandular problem?
That was a skill?
Yeah, the first one was conceptualization, and that last one was electrochemistry.
Right.
And they are talking to each other now.
I love this.
Me too.
Go on.
What is happening?
Yeah, I don't know.
No, it's not that. It's... I have no idea. This is bad.
That was conceptualization?
Reaction speed.
Oh, okay.
And we can say it again.
Executive function is completely shot. I keep pushing buttons and nothing is happening.
Volition.
Yeah.
This is
Great.
amazing.
Yeah, this was fantastic dialogue. Oh my god. We can say it again. And again.
Sweetheart, please stop repeating that now.
Her eyes look worried, frightened even.
Yeah, I'm worried about Harry.
I wonder what Kim would do here.
Yeah, we need our minder.
Uh-huh.
Fuck.
Kim. And we can say it again.
Please.
She looks around. We say it again. And again.
Yes, Mr. Everard. This gossiping idea was terrible on my part. I take it back.
And we say it again.
The woman scans her surroundings as though a neurologist might magically appear.
I don't know what skill that is. Was that a skill?
No, that was
Just the narrator.
the
Okay.
narrator. And we say it again.
Fear seeps into you as you say it.
That was a skill.
Half-Light.
Yep.
Your skin crawls.
Shivers.
Yeah.
Mr. Everard is helping him find his gun.
What's going on?
Go on.
And we say it again.
Do you want me to take you to a hospital, sir?
Things were going so well before. There's no other option. The process must be interrupted.
I don't know who that is.
Authority.
Oh, okay.
You think we should turn him off and back on again?
Oh my god.
Yeah, we need to pull the plug. There's nothing else to do. Are you not afraid it'll kill him?
We have 2 HP, by the way.
Yeah.
But we do have 5 morale, so...
I'm
Okay.
excited.
I'm gonna do it. Hold on.
Who's pulling the plug? Authority or Volition?
that just now was interfacing.
Oh, okay.
And
Huh.
we just lost an HP. We have 1 left.
Holy shit.
We might actually die here. Oh, actually, maybe I can... We have 1 health potion left, but I'm not sure if I can use it right now.
That would be weirdly immersion breaking, Vincent.
Do you want me to try it?
Well, sure.
Yeah, well.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, in our like stupor and epileptic seizure, we can sort of grab into our bag and
Yeah.
down some pills.
Yeah.
That can happen. It's like we have Tourette's. We keep saying the same stuff, but we can still do things.
Yeah.
So we're getting ready to seize.
And we continue once more.
Detective, is everything all right in there?
And we have options, Mario.
Oh.
We do have options.
So I guess they did restart when we lost the health.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So we can say, what happened? Or we can say, judging from your tone of voice, probably not. Or the last one, I'm great. Are you all right?
Let's just say what happened.
I'm not sure exactly, but you seem to be caught in some sort of loop.
And we can say number 1, loop. Or number 2, that sounds like me. Or number 3, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I kind of want to say number 2. Just it sounds like a thing you would also say to kind of calm her down.
Yeah.
Take a bit of the intensity out of the situation.
Okay, now I'm just remembering that when we first talked to her, Kim told us basically like, take the weirdness up another level.
Yeah.
And we just did this. So
Yeah, he also, I think, at some point informed her. Maybe I'm wrong about the fact that we're not all there.
mhm.
So
But now I'm not only curious about Kim's interaction with us in this
Yeah.
case, but also Kim's interaction with her.
yeah, this whole situation would be so interesting to see now with Kim there,
Yeah.
because that could have totally happened. I'm assuming.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'd say number
So-
2.
That sounds like me.
Never mind the details. We've wasted enough time as it is. What matters is that you seem to have got out of it. Now, please ask me something else before it happens again. Something that, preferably, doesn't include the words Mr. or Everard.
And we can, well, we're basically back to the previous menu. We can either say, Mr. Everett is helping me find my gun.
No, we're not doing that. Not until
Which-
Kim is here.
We've already done. Or we can conclude by saying, I'd rather talk about something else for now.
Yeah,
if
say
you
that.
want.
Of course, Detective. Should something come up later down the road,
Right.
don't be afraid to drop by for a chat. Until then, is there anything I can help you with?
I want to say though that I really liked that. That was great.
Yeah, that
And
was...
came out of the blue and makes my day, because it was so seeded with the conversation with Everett, right? Because we were also almost at the verge of losing it in there,
Yeah.
and it's always connected to this losing the gun stuff, and you really get the sense that this Harry dude, he has some deep pain connected to that he's trying to keep down, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
There's lots of shame about losing the gun,
Yeah.
whatever it is. It's a real problem for him, and I love how the game dealt with that in this way.
Yeah.
And the
Disco
skills talking
Elysium,
to each other.
This is really something else. This was fantastic dialogue. Oh my god.
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah,
More
good
lessons
stuff.
In basic
sorry.
reality?
Yeah, this is
That's
reality
part
stuff.
of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
Very fitting to ask about reality after just having a seizure in front of this woman.
Uh-huh. Well, We have one white check left.
Mm-hmm.
It's conceptualization. Impossible. 20.
What is this, right?
What is reach for something fundamental?
Yes. What are the
And,
chances, Vincent?
Well, we have plus 12 from Jemevu Thought Complete,
Mm-hmm.
and we are at 97%, which
That's pretty good.
doesn't really make sense. But
Why?
because the numbers don't add up. We have
Oh.
conceptualization 5 and plus 12 from the thought, which means we are at 17. So with the difficulty 20, we shouldn't be at 97. But I guess having the thought complete just gives you like the maximum amount of likeliness to
I
achieve
see your point, but I don't care. Let's do it. Let's succeed at this check.
it. All right.
What is all of this? The scent, the sound, the air.
And we have one question. What world is this?
What world? The only one, I suppose. The world of matter. And its pale antipode.
The camera of her mind glides over the surface of the water.
She mentioned this word, pale. I
Mhm.
think that's significant.
Yeah, I think the pale came up before, right?
Exactly. We read a book about it, and it sounded very mysterious.
Mhm.
And I'm excited to meet this pale place.
What's an antipode?
I can't give you the dictionary definition, but it's like an
God
opposite,
damn it, Marius, why are you even here?
an opposite but correlated element,
Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
like a, yeah, in an electrical circuit or something maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm making shit up now.
Yeah, no, makes sense. So we can say, what do you see? Or we can say nothing.
In this case, I don't want to say nothing. What do you see?
All right.
Great bodies of water. Forest-covered surfaces. Clusters of light where the cities lie. You've seen the montage. We all have. This world is enough. There is a term of endearment they coined for it in the DeLorean century, when humanity was high on this world, discovering more and more of it, these archipelagos included.
And we can only say, what is it?
Elysium.
Ah,
That's significant.
Disco Elysium. Yeah, makes
That's
sense.
where we are. I like this. I want to hear more about this epoch, the DeLorean age. It sounds exciting.
Yeah, so the first option we have is actually, wait, is this the one with the evil apes?
That's what we're gonna ask.
Oh yeah.
Not in this case, no. That sounds more like something the Mesk petrofascists might say. It isn't enough to call us animals. Even animals aren't animals.
And we can only ask, what are animals then?
They're like you and I suppose. Living organisms don't identify with abstractions. Elysium is for particular beings.
Okay.
She is weirdly out of character philosophical. But I guess maybe that's her thing. You know, she's a lady who's been around.
Yeah.
She might have multiple skills.
Well, we have multiple options here. 2 to be precise. The first one being Elysium. The world needs a term of endearment. Or the second one, this world does not deserve a term of endearment.
No, that's shit. Is there a third one?
Nope.
Well, Vincent,
Yes.
judging from how we've played this so far and where my inclinations are, which one do you think I would choose?
The first one. The world needs a term of endearment.
Do you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's choose it.
I mean, we are still the character that tries to become more optimistic, more positive after his breakdown, right?
Yeah, and like, you know, we don't reject the world as it is.
Yes. So, let's go.
It does. There are those who would call it hell.
And
Yeah, exactly. That would have been the second option.
yeah, we can ask, what is hell?
A term of hatred that originates, like many such things, with the Mesk petrofascists.
She doesn't like those guys.
I don't think so.
All right.
we can say either, I don't feel like I've got the whole picture yet. Or we can say, I've got a clear picture. Let's proceed to another term.
No, I don't feel like I have the clear picture.
Tell us more, Joyce.
Oh, you want a picture of the world? There is no complete set yet, dear. They're having some trouble reaching orbit.
Oh.
She took that weirdly literally
Yeah.
all of a sudden. Although I think in the metaphorical sense, there is also no complete picture of the world. And that would have been weirdly deep again and out of character for her.
Yeah, maybe she noticed and just reeled it back with a metaphorical.
This is a difficult conversation, I feel.
In what way? I mean, I agree, but in what way?
In every way, Vincent.
Okay.
Well, it's also, no, I like it, but it's like, how does this fit into the context of the overall game, I wonder? I want to find out. It has me intrigued.
Yeah, well, next question you can ask is, how come?
Mm-hmm.
Great things are difficult to achieve. For now, we're viewing the world from the inside, sideways.
And we can either say, how about it's a ball? Or the other option, inside sideways? What shape is this world then?
Yeah, let's ask questions instead of making statements. I like to hear her take.
We used to think it was a sphere, but that is beginning to look less and less likely by the day. You wouldn't know it from the tabloids, but the ORG nations have been launching weather balloons into the lower ionosphere since the 30s.
ORG, Occident Reverscholgrad.
Encyclopedia.
Thanks. Rarest of skills.
Well, we just are terrible in it.
Yeah.
But, and that was a trivial success.
Yeah.
There's a steadily increasing trickle of images. Between the big three scientific contributors, they're piecing together a dark grey corona.
And we can ask, a dark grey corona?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Pale covers 72% of the surface. There are grey flares and prominences, even arcs above entire isolas. The images are blurry, but if there was a sphere in there, it certainly looks like it fractured a long time ago.
Whoa.
What? Okay.
That's the pale? It's this amorphous foam that covers the world? That's what I'm getting here.
Yeah.
All right, this is some information drop. Also, just the idea, it hadn't occurred to me that this might be in a society and on a planet where they haven't achieved space travel yet.
Mhm.
And so they never got a picture of themselves from the outside. Certainly also a metaphor for something. And yeah, this pale thing has me really intrigued.
Yeah, me too.
Do you ever see that movie Solaris?
Wait, is that the one where they have to restart the sun?
Not sure. And well, there's an American version too with George Clooney, but I'm thinking of the Russian version.
No,
But
I haven't seen that.
Okay, then I'm not going to talk about it now.
Okay.
I just thought of it. Maybe we'll get into it later when we know what the pale is more. Let's keep going.
Yeah. Also, I don't understand there are grey flares and prominences, even arcs about entire isola.
Yeah, that
What-
makes not quite sense to me. But I guess they, in the weather balloon pictures, they saw arcs of pale over islands, archipelagos.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that refers to parts of pale that have different formations or are weirdly formed, or is that maybe I'm just reading into flares, but I'm thinking, is there something below the pale that is
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But
Creating
what
flares.
I'm gathering from this is that they've sent up balloons and they took pictures and they
Mhm.
don't get what you would get with us, which is a coherent spherical shape with there's like curvature and stuff,
Mhm.
even if you're not in space. They got a weird fractured picture with stuff missing. Kind of like Harry's picture of reality. You know, that's what she means with fractured. There's patches in it.
well? Yeah, okay.
Which makes no sense. It's not what you would expect.
I understood the fracture to be related to the sphere, so the sphere is actually fractured, which is kind of scary to think of. But yeah,
I
agree
find that
completely.
hard to imagine, though. Then it maybe never was a sphere in the beginning. But yeah, we can only conjecture, Vincent. We
Yeah.
don't know for sure.
Let's continue and see
Yeah,
where this
yeah.
takes us.
A cold fear seeps into you.
Yeah, no, thanks. We got that.
Half-Life.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And we can say, oh my god. Wait, what the hell are you telling me?
Yeah,
Or-
exactly. This is outrageous.
Or the other option, the pale? And what do you mean corona?
Both are okay. I like the second one better.
Can we ask both?
Yeah, I would like to.
Yeah.
But
well,
yeah.
I guess the first one is also a wait option, kind of.
Oh, is it?
Well, it says, oh my god, wait. What the hell are you telling me?
Yeah, you're right. But the wait is not at the very start. But
That's
let's
true.
just say that one then.
Okay.
You seem to be spooked. Please don't be.
Her voice becomes homely, calm. She lets a moment pass.
Doesn't want us to have another embarrassing seizure.
Yeah, and now we are only left with the other option, the pale. And what do you mean corona?
All right.
They say there is a rarefied envelope of matter surrounding the darkened disk of our planet. That is, if we are still living on a planet. Or, to speak more plainly, imagine vast swathes of land disrupted by nothingness.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that's weird, man.
That's a scary idea.
Not what I expected from, post-socialism.
Not really.
But still, the pale seems to be more than just vast nothingness. I mean, like, the way it's phrased here, it sounds really weird and otherworldly. But if you think about what the place that we live in, it's also weird. What? We're like biological creatures living on like floating rocks and the rocks are separated by vast amounts of nothingness. That's weird if you phrase it correctly, right?
I mean, it's weird because we can't see what else it is, right? We don't know what the pale is because we can't look into it, which, I mean, I guess...
But do you know my point? Like, we can't
Yeah,
look
yeah.
into space, like into the nothingness of space. There's nothing there.
Yeah, no, I agree. But now I'm wondering, okay, has anyone ever, like, is there a possibility of just, like, driving up to it and poking it?
Yeah, Vincent, what you want to know is what I want to know. What happens when you go beyond the pale?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
let's continue and find out.
Yeah.
I am sorry, dear. It must sound quite terrifying through the acute encephalopathy. Even scientific positivism isn't entirely convinced about what we're dealing with here.
Scientific positivism.
Yeah, that's just a philosophical school that thinks
Yeah.
that truth is established through scientific inquiry.
And it's positive.
No, the positive. No, you know exactly what this means. Stop taking the piss out of me, Vincent.
So, we continue. On.
But this is one of the greatest questions of our time. Maybe when they get the complete set together, it will jolt us out of our rut, bring us together, however naive it may sound.
Is that our end goal? Understanding the pale and showing it to the world?
So Vincent, it's certainly my end goal because I can tell you right now that this stuff gets me so much more excited than the boring political questions. But that's just me. Like that's how you can learn about me and what I like. But yeah, but what gets me most excited is actually connecting those things, see how they interact. Yeah, let's continue.
Well, two options. The first one being fractured corona doesn't feel like it's going to bring anyone together. Or the other one. Okay, and then everything will be okay?
Second one.
I don't know about things of that scale. My expertise lies in nations and trade routes, one or several layers below everything. But yes, we'll be fine. Don't worry.
That's reassuring.
Yeah. Also, she didn't said, said, we'll be fine. She said, you'll be fine.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Which is, it's just reassuring us that everything will be fine and please
Yeah.
don't break down again. And we can continue once more.
She does not seem convinced that you'll be fine. If anything, she's realizing how deep your condition runs.
Empathy.
Yeah. And we can say, it certainly doesn't feel like I'm fine.
Yeah, okay.
Or we can say, thanks, okay. or the third option. Okay, forget all this stuff. Let me ask something else.
Doesn't feel like I'm fine.
You have misimagined it. I don't have the power to convey to you the effect and geometry of the images that depict our world from below low orbit. It's like the crowning of the world. It's insane. Very disco. You'd love it.
And we can say, well, if you say it's disco, or we can say, doesn't sound like any kind of disco I'd like to go to.
No, number one.
We are scientific positive. No,
We're certainly positive now in that sense.
Well, we're also positive towards science and looking at things. Don't question me.
See? Everyone finds something worth holding on to in this world, however wasted its opportunities.
The cold seeps into you. The air is heavy with 80% humidity.
Shivers.
Yep.
Suddenly, you're conscious of yourself standing there on whatever this all is. Your arms hang down by your sides.
I'm not sure what that is. Also shivers?
No, that's Inland Empire.
Oh yeah, I forgot about our good friend.
And we have a new option. What is pale?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Well, here we go.
The pale is not, technically speaking, part of reality. It is the opposite of reality.
It's the anti-reality. We can say, okay, but what is it? A definition. Or we can
Yes.
say, got it. Tell me something else.
No, we definitely do not got it, Vincent.
Give us definition,
Yes.
please, now.
Okay. The pale is the most dominant geological feature of the world, Detective. The separative tissue between the islas. It is the inter-islary mass.
See, like interplanetary space.
Yeah, but that doesn't tell us anything about what it is. It's
No.
between that thing and that other thing. And
Well, the thing is, here's the thing, right?
yeah,
When you send a rocket from one planet to the other one, you know what's going to happen. The rocket's going to go through a lot of space and then it's going to arrive. Or not, but it's going to go through that space. What happens when you move through that pale? That is a question that I want to know.
yeah. Well, first of all, we have a weight option, and it's wait. And what is an isola?
Yeah, okay.
Isla is a Messinian
Isla.
word for a continent of matter, enveloped on all sides by the pale. Also, isolation, or landmass. We used to believe there was only one. In the last 4 centuries, we have discovered 7.
Yeah, okay.
Huh. Well, yeah, okay. I guess they don't have space travel, and it's a plane. So
Yeah, still, I wonder what it's like at the edge of a plane like that.
yeah, and I guess that means that they can look beyond the pale if they fly high enough and see other isolas, right?
I guess, yeah. I don't know how they discovered these other isolas.
Well, maybe she tells us. We'll continue.
Windy, Seol, Samara, Ilmara, Grad, Katla, and this, Insulinde.
So I'm sorry, I have to keep commenting on this because it's so funny to me that we've heard all these terms before and people have been talking about them to us, but nobody ever mentioned that these things are surrounded by like unreal nothingness. Like the detail that would be so interesting to us.
Yeah.
But it's of course they don't, because for these people it's completely normal. That's like us talking about Mars and Earth and saying, "Oh, do you know that it's surrounded by nothingness?" It's like, yeah, of course it is. What are you talking about?
True. But now I'm wondering, okay, apparently you can move between them, right?
Yeah, how do they do that? That's what I want to know.
Tell us more, Joyce.
Yes. Tell us literally about reality.
Yeah.
Because our assumptions were wrong.
Tell us everything.
Yeah.
Well, we have 2 options. The first one being an insuline is, or the other one. Okay, what is a pale like?
No, do the and one first. Feels like a weight option.
An oceanic isla. It comprises mostly of water. Muindi is the largest, Katla the coldest, Insulinde the bluest. What can I say? Each is perishing and dear.
That's like finding like in a kindergarten, finding good things for everyone. Like everyone is a winner. Like you're the largest, you're the coldest, you're the bluest.
Yeah, I like that one. But it also, I think it's interesting that like land masses are separated both possibly by water, as in oceans, and pale.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And
so
again-
maybe there's like oceanic water travel and pale travel, and it's different things.
Huh. Yeah. Also now I'm wondering, okay, what happens to water when it reaches the pail? Does it,
Yeah,
like,
or any
flow into
matter,
it?
right? What happens? Yeah, I want to know.
Tell us more, Joyce. You were correct. It was a weight option, so we are left with the other one. Okay,
Mhm.
what is the pail like?
Yeah.
Achromatic, odorless, featureless. The pale is the enemy of matter and life. It is not like any other, or anything in the world. It is the transition state of being into nothingness.
Hmm.
So,
That's so cool.
but
So I guess it kills you if you touch it.
does it though?
Well, if she says it's the enemy of life, that's what I would assume. And so water that touches
guess.
it disappears, I suppose.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Let
Is it-
her keep talking, Vincent. We can maybe she
Okay.
will tell us.
Okay. Well, we have 5 options here.
Okay.
The last one being a conclude option, so I think we can go through all of them. It starts with, is it here? And we look around. And
Okay.
Then the next one is, what are its physical qualities?
Hmm.
The third one, if we are surrounded by pale, how do you get from isola to isola?
Oh, that's my question.
Yeah. And then the fourth one, how much pale is there compared to the world?
All good questions. Where do you want to start?
I want to know about the isola to isola.
Yeah, let's
Travel.
start with that.
Oh, it is so difficult for us. It is possible to force dimensions on the pale. In modern times, we can even compress its latitude, bouncing radio waves from one end to the other, shortening the path. But it is still hard for humans to navigate the pale without getting lost or having our minds damaged.
Oh, that's so cool.
Well, I'm still thinking, okay, how's the pale different from just nothingness?
Yeah, we're finding out, I guess. I mean, right? What even do you mean by nothingness and stuff? But
Yeah.
like, I can't wrap my head around the fact that this is just being dropped now in this game, because this whole premise is like a thing that other people would just be the game, navigating the pale, right? This like nice sci-fi premise. But here it's like it's a completely other problem. Like, oh, you're in a post-socialist society, and how do you find your gun? How do you not be a shitty cop? Oh, and by the way, sci-fi premise. Here you go. That was there all along.
Yeah.
Deal with it. Yeah, I really love that. That's a lot of, I think, restraint on the side of the developers.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool. Let's find out more.
Well, what do you want to know about? We can ask,
Just start from the top.
Okay.
Start with number 1.
is it here?
No, detective. We're safe. It begins there, 6,000 kilometers to the north, and even more to the south, east, and west. You are in the middle of the Isola.
As your gaze instinctively turns north, a small black pit opens up in your stomach.
We can say 6,000 kilometers from the end of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Or we can say, and point north, there.
No, the first one.
Yes. That is enough. Many cities are built much closer.
And
Wow.
we are left with the other option.
Okay.
An uproar of matter, darling. Rising into the pale. Rolling. Evaporating even. A great vision. The area of transition between the world and the pale is called porch collapse.
Port collapse?
Porch.
As in a porch that you might sit on and smoke a pipe?
I guess, yeah.
Okay.
That's, yeah. Okay, but at least that answers the question, what happens when matter touches the pale.
Yeah, does it? What happens, Vincent?
Evaporating even.
Yeah, okay. But like if something evaporates, it turns into a gas, right? That's still matter. So it's not exactly evaporating.
Right. Yes, you're right.
So it's still a mystery to me. But I get the relevant part that it's not going to be good. Don't stick your hand in, right? You might not get it back.
Yeah, but maybe it's not bad in that way. It's more bad in the, well, it's a void. So if you stick your hand into it,
Can you pull it back out? Will it still be there?
yeah, but it's like an empty bucket. If you can fill it up with water, and the water just evaporates from your plane of existence into the bucket. But you can also like put your hand into it and just pull it back.
It might be like that, yeah. But then I also wonder, okay, stuff goes into the pail, it sort of, in quotation marks, evaporates. Does stuff ever just come out of the pail? Like without putting it in first?
Yeah, like meteorites.
Yeah, or like monsters? People, maybe? Did we come from the pail?
That would be great.
It's like, it's what I wonder.
Like just this 4-year-old kid stomping out of the pail, having his Dick Mullen hat on.
Yeah, can Dick Mullen just step out of the pail? I don't know. Let's keep asking her.
We continue.
Imagine a grey coronal mist, cold vapour marked by spores of an opportunistic microorganism, a mold that's adapted to grow at the edge of the unrest. It's the most disco thing you will ever see.
That spore thing, is that real or is this just a metaphor she's using?
What did you mean?
The spores.
The spores.
The mold that has adapted. Is that a real thing? Because it sounds like this would be something for a cryptozoologist.
I think it's meant to be real.
Yeah, probably.
I'm also slightly irritated by the way she just keeps bringing disco up. And I know that we talked to her about disco before, but
Yeah, it's a bit much disco. I agree. But also, I get it.
yeah,
You
me too.
called the game this, and it's a metaphor, and
Yeah.
now it's real. It's fine.
All right.
It's fine game.
Well, we continue on.
Yeah.
You hear your pulse rise. The air feels caustic and cold suddenly.
Well, the next question is an important one. What are its physical qualities?
It's difficult to describe or even measure. Something whose fundamental property is the suspension of properties. Physical, epistemological, linguistic.
Linguistic.
The further into Pale you travel, the steeper the degree of suspension, right down to the mathematical. Numbers stop working. No one has yet passed the number barrier. It may be impossible.
All right, I gather from this now that there's a degree of paleness to your
Mhm.
surroundings, right? You can be more into it and not, and apparently it's not in the way that it instantly kills you.
No.
You definitely get into it. It's more like you said with the pulling the hand back out, but also you can, it's on a spectrum.
Yeah. It's like there's a shredder at the end of the bucket. Like
Uh-huh.
if you go through too far, you can't pull it back. Or you can pull it back, but part of it's missing.
Yeah, and it's also, well, it's just not such a sharp division where you just put your hand there. It's like you're already traveling quite a way in, and then it's not just about your hand anymore. You might, maybe you keep your hand, but you forget who you are,
Yeah.
and then what does it matter? And yeah, okay.
Huh.
It's beginning to make sense in my head,
Yeah.
in a real disco kind of sense.
Well, the next question is another important one. The pale can damage the mind?
Yeah.
Extensively.
How?
Some say the damage stems from extreme sensory deprivation. Others argue that Pale somehow consists of past information that's degrading, that it's rarefied past, not rarefied matter. They call it the blend over of the self. The Pale does not only suspend the laws of physics, but also the laws of psychology, maybe history even. The human mind becomes over-radiated by past.
She says past, as in not the future, but the past.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we can only say, what does this over radiation feel like?
It feels terrible. Absolutely terrible. International standards strictly limit civilian travelers to 6 days of pale exposure per year.
It's more for her. Way more.
Oh, because she travels by boat.
Yeah.
Nice.
And we can either let it go or we can say, you're not a civilian passenger.
Yeah, that one.
No, nameless detective of the Citizens Militia. I am a member of the Entreprenetic Business Class. I'm cleared and trained for 22 days of pale transit annually.
That's so hardcore. That's why she's so hardcore.
Oh, yeah.
Perhaps that explains her strange pining after the revolution. Some degraded early memories.
Is that empathy?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
You are correct.
Someone else you've met may have been exposed as well.
Ooh.
A strange grey-haired woman in her lorry.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Oh, that's so interesting. Yeah. Fuck. We should ask her about that.
Well, we can. We can ask, do lorry drivers pass the pale?
Oh.
We can also ask, are you over-radiated? Or we can say, again, you are not a civilian passenger.
I want to ask all of it. I hope we can ask all of it. Start with number 1.
After the extensive dialogue we just had previously, I'm kind of scared to click any of these options because you are not a civilian passenger might throw us back
Another
into the
loop. Oh, you're right.
I hope.
Huh. Maybe we should watch. But in this case, there's nothing emotionally triggering, like the shame about our gun.
Not that we noticed so far. I mean, we might have a past with a pale, but
Yeah, but
Probably
also, what interesting thing could come from this? She's already sort of revealed all the facts, so let's not immediately say that. Just do number 1.
okay.
Yes, carried in the hulls of airships. It's a horrific job. Automation will abolish it soon.
You should ask the pal driver about this. See what she says. That
Oh,
poor
yes.
woman must have stories to tell, like you wouldn't imagine.
And now we can ask, are you over-radiated?
Mm-hmm.
Up to my gills, officer.
Aww. No,
Apparently enough so that she has gills.
yeah, but we can't do the other option. We can't go back into the loop.
That's okay. Maybe it was just, another HP loss we avoided.
Yeah, but also another great conversation with our skills. Or our skills with themselves.
But, I mean, the second time over, it's not that great anymore.
Maybe. Well,
On the next playthrough.
yeah. The next question is, what is anthroponetic?
Mm-hmm.
Entreprenetics is the scientific study of the pale, or a recent iteration of it by way of grad. The study of the pale reaches back 6,000 years. The Pericarnassians called it the Western Plain.
We've heard about that. That's interesting. Nice to connect. I remember the Western Plain. I already found it interesting when I heard about it first. And I think the lorry tram driver lady told us about it too.
Right, there was something about the planes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we can ask, did they cross it, the Western Plain?
Mm-hmm.
There are signs of pre-modern crossings. Successful navigation of the pale relies not just on technical know-how, but intensive psychological preparation. Some of these tactics have been known for thousands of years.
And we can only ask, what has anthroponetics changed then?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. We remain powerless before the pale. The only real advance in pale transit is the speed with which an aerostatic craft can pierce it. Less exposure leads to less effects later.
Okay, we're just faster now.
Yeah.
Fine.
And another question, aerostatic craft?
Hybrid airships, detective. Conventional rotors or jet engines no longer add velocity after the point of reference for motion is suspended, once you've crossed from near pale to far pale.
That's interesting.
In essence, we throw them in and they come out the other end, if we throw them precisely.
Brilliant.
I mean, that's also sort of like space.
Yeah.
Because normal propulsion doesn't work in space anymore. I mean, at least not like, air travel the way it works on the Earth and stuff.
Yeah. And even the travel that we do have in space is mostly very limited and hoping
Yeah, I mean,
that...
right? You set the velocity and direction on Earth, and then you hope it arrives.
Yeah, basically. And, well, another question. And if we do not?
Then they don't.
Gone, like a skipping stone beneath the surface.
Physical instrument.
Visual calculus.
Oh, okay, makes sense. Yeah.
Well, last question before the conclude option. How much pale is there compared to the world?
Mm-hmm.
The pale outweighs reality 2 to 1. There is more pale than there is matter, and the ratio is slipping.
Slipping? How?
That's also a very precise ratio.
Yeah.
How do you measure that if you can't really go into the pale that far?
Also, is that by volume or by mass? Or?
Yeah, lots of questions about that one.
Well, we can only say slipping. How? To our detriment or... Well, I would assume so.
What do you think, Detective?
Okay, we can decide. We can either say it's shrinking. There's more and more of the world. Or it's growing. There's more and more of the pale.
Let's stay positive, Vincent.
Do you think so?
There's more and more of the world.
Have we heard anything of world coming back out of the pale?
Well, people come back out of the pale. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to... It's kind of mean that she asks us. We don't know. We have brain damage.
Fair enough. Okay, so we say it's shrinking. There's more and more of the world. We are growing another world.
Yes.
Oh no, Detective. It's not. One of the few measurable effects of the pale is that it is expanding at an unknown rate.
Like our universe.
But, I mean, how is it an unknown rate if we can see it moving?
Yeah, that's a good question. And it harkens back to the question of how did you measure it in the first place?
Yeah.
Not sure. But okay.
Well, we continue.
An intuitive conclusion of that development is that one day the pale will cover everything. But this sort of talk is mostly left to extremists.
That is terrifying in a way. But, I mean, one day the Earth will be swallowed by the sun and nobody really cares, so...
Yeah, I mean, by then, nothing else will matter anymore.
Yeah, that's the human mind doesn't work at these time frames.
Yeah.
So if it's not happening fast, yeah, okay.
Well, we can either say it's not extreme at all. It's going to happen. Or the second option, cover everything. That can't be.
Yeah, that one.
Where will we go? Or we can also stay silent.
No, number 2.
Most people, and indeed most private and government sector organizations, entire civilizations and religions even, find handy ways to ignore or downplay that knowledge.
Okay, that sounds like it's not like the sun eventually exploding. That sounds more like climate
Global
change.
warming.
Yeah, okay.
Finally, the real point of this game is coming out.
We got it. Yeah.
Oh, a scathing critique of our ignorance about global warming.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe not.
By
We'll
turning
find out.
everything into mist. Ooh. Well,
Yeah.
let's continue on.
I suggest you do the same.
Off we go. You see the hanged man's mouth open.
Huh.
Well, we can only say, off we go into the wild pale yonder.
That skill was inland, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
One and all. They say pale is death, but for the universe.
Why should we just leave, and the world get left behind?
What?
Well, I read that just now as, why should only we get to leave? And the world always has to stay, you know? The world also needs some time to rest, needs the opportunity to die and leave.
Yeah.
And that's what the pale is. And I guess that is the metaphor. I mean, it does make you also think, right? Is this whole thing a metaphor for dementia? Because it feels a lot like dementia. You know, this fog creeping in, and it's filled with past. And honestly, that lorry tram driver seemed a little bit demented and like an old lady who was like lost in the past. Past seems to be a thing for the pale, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fascinating. I really want to find out more. But I think we are concluding this conversation.
Yeah, with saying, let's return to reality, please.
Yes.
Yes, sweet reality. But before we do, tell me, Detective, is this the first time you're hearing this? Do you really not remember anything?
And we can say, number one, nothing. Just alcohol fumes and blackout. Number two, I sometimes sense vague shadows of the past, and it's not good. Or the last option, I'm getting a sense of where I am, but no, I didn't know this.
What do you feel like? I feel like number 2 is most accurate in what I want to say.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
None of these jumps out as me as like the option, but yeah, 2 is good.
Then tell me, what do you think of the Pale?
We have one of these vast, important decisions to make, Marius, and we have vast and important decisions.
But this
as
one I
options.
actually care about, Vincent.
Well, we start with number 1. It's terrifying. Number 2, you are right. It's disco. Number 3, it will end all life. Number 4, that we continue to persist at all is a testament to our faith in one another. Number 5, its advance can only be stopped with immediate, total, ruthless communism.
Of course.
Okay. That came
Oh,
out
that's
of
so
nowhere.
fitting, though. I love that.
Number 6, a powerful anti-communist force. Perhaps too powerful, but still, they have it coming. Number 7, I'm worried. I have to say it doesn't sound very liberal to me. Number 8, I don't know how you've all survived with it. It's a huge accomplishment. And number 9, who am I to think anything of it?
Do you know what it just occurred to me? I think I know why it's called the Pale.
Why is it called the Pale?
Do you know why? Because this is obviously an existential question. This is the question to Harry. How do you relate to death?
Mm-hmm.
And it is so obvious to me, at least, that in the face of death, these weird political schemes and decisions completely pale in comparison. And that is why it is called the Pale.
Is that the point that the game is making? That's a good point.
It's a point that I'm making, Vincent. And to me, death is dead as disco, baby. I am disco 100%. What would you pick, Vincent?
I like the 4th option, that we continue to persist at all as a testament to our faith in one another.
Yeah, I get that, Vincent. That's interesting. That's the religious take on death, right?
Yeah.
In the though there's this interesting tidbit here with our faith in one another, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that many religions would frame it that way, right? That is the Christian position for some people. God is dead; He died on the cross, and what we are left with is the community of believers to give us something or whatever. So yeah, I get that, but it's not. I don't feel this is our Harry. It's also, it just occurs to me that religion weirdly hasn't been a factor in this game at all. It's like, right? I mean, there's a church somewhere that's been mentioned,
Right.
but political stuff was brought up a lot. But people here don't seem to have they don't do religious practices. They don't seem to belong to any faith, and they don't treat different faiths as much as teams as they do their political orientation. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or their race.
Well, I mean, yeah, in the sense that race came up a lot as a thing. Yeah, it's just hasn't been featured so prominently.
Yeah. Well, let's go with the disc one.
For this playthrough, I vote for the disco. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's an appropriate response.
Her eyes tense. Crow's feet radiate from them. She observes you, your bloodshot eyes and swollen face.
You really didn't know. This does not spell good for the investigation, Detective. If you don't know even this, then...
She stops mid-sentence. And we can say, number 1, I'll handle it. It's under control. Number 2, this investigation will be my masterpiece. The one they remember me by. I promise.
So grandiose.
Number 3, yes, I'm in serious trouble now. And number 4, the last one, it will be a fucking disaster. I know it. All those people will die.
No, that's way too negative. I don't know what to say, Vincent. What was the first one? I'm sorry.
I'll handle it. It's under control.
Yeah, maybe I want to say that. Do you have an opinion?
Yeah, the first one seems the most fitting. The others are
Too
weird.
extreme, as
Yeah.
always.
Also, the last one, all those people will die. Who are all those people? What is he talking about?
Yeah,
No
it does feel like the Inland Empire option. But it's the most deranged one
Yeah.
and like catastrophizing. Not what we are going for.
No, we are positive.
We have
Scientifically
exercise
positive.
control, Harry. Volition.
Mhm.
Remember?
I'll handle it. It's under control.
I hope so. I truly do. If I may suggest, hold on to your colleague, Kitsuragi. I ran a check on him and he is very competent. In the meanwhile...
Some of that assurance is meant for herself, as much as it's meant for you.
Empathy.
She must have a lot on the line here.
Yeah. Empathy is correct.
Yeah, it's a good skill.
You have me. I will assist you in any way I can, even if we have to do it one basic term at a time.
She gives you a slight bow. Also, we completed a secret task.
Oh, nice. What is it?
Talk to Joyce about the pail without Kim.
Oh, wow. Oh, I'm so happy we did this now, Vincent.
Now we have to do the entire playthrough without Kim. I want to know all the secret tasks we can complete by
Well,
doing not
Yeah,
things without Kim.
absolutely. But I also want to have the pair conversation with Kim there.
Yeah, me too.
We definitely have to go for another playthrough. God damn it, Vincent. We're never going to get rid of this game at our pace.
Never.
Oh, but it's so delicious. So, I'm loving this game more and more. But we're over time for now, and I think this is it for this conversation, right?
Yeah, let me just conclude it and
Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know. Anything else?
No, not for now.
we are
We
done.
really have to go to bed also. And I do want to say that, yeah, Joyce has been, even though she's a hyper-capitalist, she's been so much nicer than goddamn Everett.
yeah.
Like, so much more helpful. I mean, if we had a seizure in front of Everett, he probably would have just laughed at us and
Yeah,
watched
and-
us die.
And also try to gain something from it.
Yeah.
If at
and
all
yeah,
possible.
I don't know if that's going to change, if she's going to become some evil person. Everett will help us. But I can't wait to find out. Thank you, dear viewer, for watching. I hope you enjoyed learning about the Pale with us. Thank you, Vincent, for reading for me so wonderfully and playing so wonderfully.
Well, my pleasure, as always.
Yes, and if you like the video, you can subscribe to our channel. We love hearing from you guys. You can leave comments if you like. And you can find us on Twitter @Makes_Play. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.